Have you ever wondered what happens when the truth finally catches up with a royal? Prince Harry is now facing one of the most shocking challenges of his life, and it's all due to his past. A judge in Washington, D.C., is considering whether to expose his U.S. visa application, and the reason might just blow the lid off everything we've heard about him. Did Harry lie about his drug use when he applied for his visa? Could this lead to his deportation? This isn't just about paperwork or legalities. It's about the heart of the matter, the choices Harry made, the secrets he may have tried to hide, and the fallout that could shake his life to the core. His personal struggles, the battles with his family, the public revelations from his memoir, all of it might be tied together in a way you never expected. What happens when the very thing you tried to bury comes back to haunt you? Today, we're diving deep into this explosive situation. From his drug revelations in Spare to the explosive comments by former President Trump, we're going to unpack it all. And believe me, it's not just the royal family that's watching. The world is, and it's about to get a whole lot more complicated. Stay tuned as we break down everything you need to know about Harry's visa nightmare and what it could mean for his future and the royal families. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. Prince Harry is in the hot seat. For years, we've seen his life unfold in the public eye, from the heartache of losing his mother to the tensions within the royal family. But now, things are about to get even more intense. What if the very foundation of his life in the United States, his visa, could be in jeopardy because of something he's openly admitted in his memoir? A judge in Washington, D.C., is contemplating whether to release his immigration records, and those records could reveal something deeply troubling. Did Harry lie on his visa application about his past drug use? Think about it. How serious is this? Can someone, especially a member of the royal family, really face the consequences for something as seemingly trivial as drug use from years ago? Well, the stakes are much higher than we might think. The question here isn't just about whether Harry was honest about his past. It's about the deep divide between what Harry has said publicly, the actions that followed, and the legal ramifications of those actions. Could this whole situation lead to his deportation? Or even worse, will his public life come crumbling down because of what was essentially an oversight? Let's take a step back and consider how this situation unfolded. Harry's memoir, Us, was released to much fanfare and controversy. In it, Harry revealed intimate details about his struggles, including his drug use during his younger years. He admitted to taking cocaine, marijuana, and even psychedelics in an effort to cope with the emotional trauma of losing his mother, Princess Diana. Now, this isn't exactly new information. After all, Harry has spoken about it in interviews before. But here's the twist. Did Harry, when applying for his U.S. visa, disclose this in the form as required by U.S. immigration law? If not, could this omission be the nail in the coffin for his stay in America? The facts are clear. In 2021, the Heritage Foundation, a right-wing think tank, launched a legal challenge to compel the U.S. Department of Homeland Security to release Harry's visa records. They argue that Harry may have lied on his application about his past drug use, potentially violating U.S. immigration law. But here's the problem. If Harry did conceal this information and the judge decides to release his records, the public might see more than just a slip-up. They might see a deliberate attempt to hide something that could affect his eligibility to stay in the United States. Now, let's pause for a moment and ask, why is this such a big deal? We've all heard stories about people lying on visa applications, celebrities, everyday people, even politicians. But when it comes to someone like Harry, who is a public figure and a member of the royal family, the stakes are much higher. This isn't just a matter of legal consequences, it's a matter of reputation, public trust, and accountability. If Harry was dishonest, It undermines the very credibility he's built in the public eye. It sends a message that even those who live in the spotlight aren't above the law. So, what happens next? Could this legal battle actually end with Harry being sent back to the UK, facing deportation? While it may sound like a dramatic outcome, it's certainly within the realm of possibility. President Trump, yes, the former US president, has already weighed in on the situation, expressing his disdain for Harry's comments about the royal family, especially his disrespect towards the late Queen Elizabeth II. Trump has even hinted that if it were up to him, Harry would be sent packing. Whether or not Trump has the power to influence this decision is another question, but the fact that his comments have stirred public interest cannot be ignored. And let's not forget the deeper implications of this. If Harry's records are released and it's revealed that he lied, the fallout could extend beyond his immigration status. This is a man who, at the height of his fame, became the subject of countless headlines, interviews, and public appearances. His life was intertwined with global media coverage, and every misstep has been scrutinized. But here's where it gets interesting. If Harry is forced to confront the consequences of his past mistakes, it could be the ultimate test of his relationship with the public. After all, his critics have been calling him out for years. They have accused him of disrespecting his family, betraying the royal family, and using his position for personal gain. But let's step away from the legalities for a moment and examine the human element of this situation. Harry, at his core, is a man who has been through immense pain and loss. We can't deny that the death of Princess Diana has shaped much of who he is today. His public struggles, including his mental health battles, have been well documented. In many ways, he has become the face of mental health awareness within the royal family. His vulnerability has connected him to people around the world, particularly those who have experienced loss or trauma. But here's the twist. Is it possible that Harry, in his quest to be open and honest about his struggles, has overexposed himself to the point of self-sabotage? By sharing his story, by discussing his drug use so openly, did he unknowingly open himself up to this very scrutiny? As we look at the situation today, one thing is clear. This is more than just a legal issue. It's a question of trust. It's a question of whether the public can still believe in the prince who once seemed so relatable, so genuine, and so vulnerable. But now, with the weight of potential legal consequences hanging over his head, can he continue to maintain that same image? Or will this be the moment when everything shifts, when the facade cracks, and the world sees him as just another celebrity who made a mistake? Harry's immigration issue isn't just a matter of whether he followed the rules on a form. It's about the broader implications of his actions, the way they reflect on his character, and the way they'll affect his relationship with the public and the royal family. We're not just talking about a visa here, we're talking about a man's reputation, a family's legacy, and the very foundation of public trust. And with the current climate surrounding the royals, particularly Harry and Meghan, this could be the tipping point. So, what does this mean for Harry? What happens if the judge rules in favor of releasing his records and the world finds out he wasn't as truthful as he claimed to be? Will he face deportation? Will this be the end of his American dream? Or will this turn into yet another chapter in the never-ending saga of Harry and Meghan's royal exit? Whatever happens next, one thing is certain. This is a moment that could change everything for Harry. And we're all watching to see how it unfolds. As we've seen, the stakes for Prince Harry couldn't be higher. Whether or not he lied on his visa application about his past drug use could change the course of his life in the US, and perhaps even his future in the royal spotlight. We've explored how this issue ties into the broader narrative of his public struggles, his relationship with the royal family, and the intense scrutiny he faces from the public. What happens next could shape not only Harry's future, but also the way the world sees him as a member of the royal family. But here's the big question. What do you think? Should Harry face the consequences for his past mistakes, or does he deserve the chance to move forward without further judgment? Will the truth finally catch up with him, or will this all be swept under the rug? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you're as fascinated by the royal drama as I am, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and join our community. We'll be diving deep into more royal news. Stay tuned for more exciting updates and detailed analysis right here on our channel. Make sure you're a part of the conversation, like, comment, and subscribe for all the latest. See you next time.